Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance is getting ripped apart for comments he made back in 2021 about women.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it?
Oh boy. Wow. So that statement, of course, is now coming back to haunt him in a pretty big way. I'll explain how. But first, let me say that childless cat ladies are kind of awesome. So, secondly, by the way, Kamala Harris actually does have children. But they're not actually biologically hers. What, are you saying that doesn't count? Really? You're gonna crap all over all the great step parents out there? Really? Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Go ahead and do that. Now, look, for Harris, she helped to raise those children. That's the job of of a mother. Being the mother isn't just about squeezing out a kid. It's also about raising them, being there, providing, nurturing, guiding, protecting that child. Okay? That's the difficult part. All right? Now, she has done this for two stepkids. You know who, by the way, who has risen to Harris's defense? The biological mother of those children. Kirsten Emhoff told CNN in a statement that Vance's attacks against Harris are baseless. Quote, for over 10 years, since Cole and Ella were teenagers, those are the children of Doug Emhoff, by the way, who's married to Harris, Kamala has been a co-parent with Doug and I. She is loving, nurturing, fiercely protective, and always present. I love our blended family, and I'm grateful to have her in it. I mean, Harris has gotten the nickname of Mamala. So, I mean, you want to say, childless cat lady. All right. Not good. Not good for Vance. Look, when it comes to high praise, that's high praise right there. Okay? And by the way, as a testament to Kamala's parenting ability, Ella, who is now an adult, she's 24 years old, recently shared a fundraiser on her Instagram created by the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. Based! That is super based and awesome. Charity Navigator, an independent nonprofit evaluator, gives the PCRF a 4-star rating and a charity score of 97%, meaning that people can give to the organization with confidence that the money will go to help Palestinian children. Not Hamas, as some people have claimed, all right? So I think Ella turned out all right. Now, that said, it gets worse for J.D. Vance, because here comes Jennifer Aniston. What? Yes, Jennifer Aniston coming in to show her flair. She quoted the video saying, I truly can't believe that this is coming from a potential VP of the United States. Quote, all I can say is, Mr. Vance, I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day. I hope she will not need them to turn to IVF as a second option, because you are trying to take that away from her, too. Yes, Republicans have had a war against in vitro fertilization. Other commenters added to her statement, powerful, heartfelt statement. Most women relate to this. Another, Tyler Hackner, who was a fan of the show, by the way. Sup, Tyler? Jennifer is absolutely correct. Another says, I was raised by a woman who didn't have children of her own. To her, I was her child, and to me, she was a mother. J.D. Vance is vile. And another Jimbox P writes, if more people made the decision not to have children, because that would allow them to have a choice, we might live in a better world. Just because you can have them doesn't mean you should. And I think that's a good point. Now, that's Jennifer Aniston. J.D. Vance has also managed to piss off the Swifties. That's right. Lawfare's Anna Bauer tweeted, hell hath no fury like a certain childless cat lady who has yet to endorse a presidential candidate. Oh, to get the Swifties on board. Sammy Vitamaki tweets, when it hits you that Taylor Swift is childless and has cats, JD Vance really effed this one up. The Armageddon is coming for him.
Oh no!
Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay.
We're under attack!
By the Swifties. The Swifties are coming. JD Vance will not be able to hold himself up against the Swifties. I'm just saying. Another X user posted, "Hoo boy, Vance attacked childless women who love cats. Taylor Swift would probably like a word. Release the Kraken." Meow. Look, Vance also, to make matters worse for him, he even caught some flack from the right wing. In fact, Meghan McCain posted this. Quote, "I've been trying to warn every conservative man I know. These JD comments are activating women across all sides, including my most conservative Trump-supporting friends. These comments have caused real pain and are just innately unchristian. This is not who we are." No, lady, this is exactly who a lot of them are on the right. Have you not been paying attention? Did you not notice this? I mean, I know that Meghan McCain has been very busy being a mother, and that's a difficult job. It's an incredibly difficult job, and it's, you know, something that doesn't get credited enough. I mean, raising children is I mean, it's an incredible amount of labor. Let's just put it that way, right? And I don't just mean labor pains. I mean just like the day in, day out work of a mother who gets saddled with a lot of the responsibility in raising that child, by the way. And it's something that a lot of men don't realize, or in some cases don't care. But it is just a huge amount of work and labor, and it doesn't get recognized at all. And so what JD Vance, though, is doing is just completely ignoring that. Okay? That's what a lot of these Republican men are doing. They just completely ignore the amount of physical and emotional labor that goes into raising a child. But getting back to Meghan McCain, you just completely missed the memo. This is how most of you boys are. I mean, again, going back to how she might not have been paying attention, it's not like this video is new. This is from 2021. And by the way, that same year, Vance came out with this insane idea that, you know what? We should not allow people, by the way, who don't have kids to vote. And we should give parents the votes of their kids until they become an adult. Yes, that's right. Casting ballots in an election on behalf of their own children. So their children get votes. What a weird idea. But, you know, if you're a right-winger, maybe it's not such a weird idea. I mean, it's geared towards these weirdo, quiverful movement families that have like 1,400 kids because of their religion. Their religion tells them to do so. So, of course, those people are like, oh, yeah, give me all those kids' votes. I can vote for tax cuts for the rich. Ooh, and more religious indoctrination. It is pretty funny, though, that the same people who do not want black people voting or students voting, young people, you know, hey, look, these college kids, obviously they shouldn't be allowed to vote because look at who they're voting for. They're voting for Democrats, and we all know that you get more conservatives as you get older. No, you don't. That's not true at all. These same people want to give the votes of children to their parents. I wonder why. Now, by the way, I actually have one more video here, and this is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who also weighed in on this, and you're going to love this.
I'll tell you what, go ahead and continue to denigrate people. Go ahead. My God, they went after cat people. Good luck with that. Turn on the internet and see what cat people do when you go after them. These people, if it would be funny if it wasn't so sad, they see the least fortunate among us as scapegoats and punchlines for them. Kamala Harris and Democrats see them as our neighbors. That is a big difference. That's a big difference attacking real problems. They don't want to tackle things that are tough, but Joe Biden said this, when America decides to tackle big things, I would never bet against us. So good luck with them to bet against Vice President, soon to be President Harris, because the American people are tired of that. It's ridiculous. That show has run out. If he were a TV show, it'd be canceled. So let's just do it in November.
I love this guy. Well, just go on the internet and you'll figure out how, like what happens to people who go after cat people. True. The guy's like super genuine. I love it. And by the way, genuinely progressive. I mean, you want to look at what they did in Minnesota under Tim Walz. They passed the nation's most generous child tax credit. They funded a $316 million child care program. They passed universal school meals for students and expanded access to special education and mental health resources. All this helping families and children. All right. They passed a bill that would pay for school lunches, even when school is not in session in the summertime, so that, kids who rely on school lunch to eat can still eat during the summertime when school's not in session. That's awesome. That's based. This is how you encourage families, by the way. Right wing, pay attention. You actually, if you make the country more conducive, more friendly to actually have families in, more people might consider having families. Okay? You don't do that by restricting abortion rights, like what J.D. Vance and the right wing want to. That said, even with that, more encouragement and good policies, not everybody wants or needs to be a parent. And that's the other thing. That's the reality, right? That choice should ultimately be on the parents themselves, okay? Whether or not, or the prospective parents, or, on women, especially since their bodies are going to carry that child, okay? Yes, it should be their decision. And I'm not saying the man shouldn't have any sort of, say in it as well, but he shouldn't have the ultimate say. And you know who else shouldn't have any say? Politicians like J.D. Vance, okay? It's obvious that J.D. Vance does not respect women or their bodily autonomy and doesn't want them to have any choice on whether that not they will become parents. And that's ultimately the choice that we see the right wing. Do you believe in freedom and bodily autonomy, or don't you? Vote accordingly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.